Ready to go deep on Aragorn. We're going to get into what makes him tick, go beyond King of Gondor, all that.
Yeah.
And I know you're here for it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot to him. More than a crown, that's for sure. What always gets me is where he comes from, his lineage. Directly descended kings of Gondor going way back to the Númenóreans.
Okay, now I'm picturing like Vikings, Atlantis. What's the reference point for us regular humans?
Think. Blessed by higher powers. The Valar, they're like angelic beings, shaped the world, right? So these Númenóreans, they got the good genes, crazy long lives, super wise, strong. Kings wish they were that tough. Aragorn, he inherits it all.
But like family heirlooms, right? It's cool to inherit, but then there's the pressure, the whole history of it weighing you down.
Exactly. All that potential, awesome, but also Gondor's a mess. It's his by blood, sure, but getting it back, not so simple.
And here's the kicker. This guy, destined king, he doesn't even know any of this. Grows up normal.
Hidden away, Rivendell. Elrond raises him, safe from Sauron, but totally clueless till he's an adult.
Whoa. That's gotta mess you up. One day, you're just some dude. The next, you're practically a prophecy walking around. How do you even deal with that?
Totally unique coming-of-age story, right?
Yeah.
With the fate of the world riding on it. Yeah, that hidden life, it shaped him, no doubt.
But the truth always comes out, right?
Yeah.
Elrond couldn't keep him under wraps forever.
And when it did, talk about a reality check. Elrond gives him these gifts when he's old enough. Pieces of Narsil, that's his ancestor's sword, the one that almost took down Sauron in the Ring of Barahir. Proof of who he is, family legacy, all that.
So not just happy birthday, it's here's your destiny, kid, don't mess it up. Heavy.
You got it. It's a reminder. Every day. His family, what's expected, this huge task ahead. But he doesn't go straight for the throne. Chooses a different path for a while. Ranger life? Strider?
Hold, why? He's got this whole king thing lined up, but he's gonna wander around in the woods. What's the logic there?
Shows you what he's made of. Decades he's out there protecting people who don't even know he exists, let alone who he really is.
Yeah.
No fanfare, just doing what's right. Humble, dutiful.
It's like you don't have to be in charge to lead, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about the quiet work no one sees. Powerful stuff.
And it's in those quiet places he meets Gandalf.
Talk about a fateful meeting. Two guys walking different paths end up changing everything. What drew them together?
Sauron's shadow, growing stronger. They both felt it, the threat, while everyone else is oblivious. That shared understanding, the dedication to stopping him, bond of respect right there. From then on, their fates are, like, intertwined, can't have one without the other. But it's not all doom and gloom with Aragorn. There's a love story in there, too. Adds another whole layer to him.
It had to be Arwen, right?
Yeah.
Like, slaying monsters and being king wasn't enough. Gotta throw true love in the mix.
And not just any elf, this is Elrond's daughter. We're talking otherworldly beauty, grace, and immortal, like her people.
Oh boy. Talk about high-stakes dating.
Sure.
Immortality or the guy you love. That's a tough choice.
You think, and that's the point, they choose each other. That's love right there, crossing any boundary, even lifespan.
But it wasn't as easy as, hey, we're in love, the answer, right? Someone had to make things complicated.
You'd think. Elrond, protective dad, powerful leader. He's not just gonna roll out the red carpet. Gives him a challenge, you could say.
Let me guess. To be worthy of my daughter, you gotta become king. No pressure or anything.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
Being a good guy, even a great ranger, not enough. To be with an elf, an immortal, gotta step up to that whole king destiny thing.
So now it's duty, love, all tangled up. Makes that whole claim the throne business a bit more intense. Huh?
Oh, yeah. But not a bad thing, really. Think of it like a test. Elrond's making sure Aragorn's got the right stuff to rule. Can't just be about love, gotta be ready for the job.
And then, boom, War of the Ring. We could spend all day on that, but let's talk Aragorn the leader, especially with that ring tempting everyone.
Huge point. He's a warrior, sure, no denying that. But the ring, it's not just magic. It's like the worst parts of you amplified. Promises power.
And we've seen what that does to people. Boromir, good intentions, but the ring twisted him up. Aragorn resists. What's he got that others don't?
Strong will, for one. But deeper than that, he gets it. Power like that, it's not the answer. Boromir wanted to save his people, yeah, but at what cost? Aragorn sees that dark side.
It's like he's fighting for the world, for Arwen, everything's on the line. And he still says no to that kind of power.
Shows you his core. He doesn't waver. He's not just fighting for something. He's fighting against falling into that trap. That's a leader worth following. And it's not just his morals, he's smart about it too. Remember, it's not just Sauron he's got to convince, it's his own people.
So many plates spinning.
Oh.
Battles, politics, trying to win hearts and minds. That's next-level leadership.
Right, like the paths of the dead. Not just being fearless, though he was, but calculated. He understood his enemies, but also those he could call on for help.
Okay, even just talking about the dead is creepy. Going to their realm, facing an army of angry ghosts. That's bold. What was he thinking?
Desperate times, for sure. Good guys were losing. But Aragorn's smart. He knew regular armies weren't enough. Needed a new strategy. Plus, he got what made the dead tick. They weren't mindless. They were bound by this oath. Felt cheated by it.
So instead of fighting, he's like, hey, remember that promise you guys are hung up on? Appealing to their honor, even though they're, dead.
Exactly. Risky, but it worked. Turns potential enemies into a massive advantage. That's thinking outside the box, under pressure.
Talk about turning the tables. Army of ghosts becomes the good guys. That's beyond leadership. That's legendary.
Right, courage, yeah, but also this way of connecting. Even with something as scary as the dead, he finds common ground. That's powerful, even in a world without, actual ghosts.
Yeah, Aragorn's story, it's not just, oh, he's royal, automatic win. He earned it.
Oh, totally. The coronation, that's the end of a long road. Everything he went through, what he gave up.
And that name, right, Elessar, Elfstone, says a lot about the kind of king he wanted to be.
Exactly. Two worlds coming together, strength of men, but also that elven wisdom, grace. Not just Gondor's king, but like a symbol for everyone. Hopeful,
And what's amazing, he doesn't go power crazy, no more war. It's all about fixing things, rebuilding after what they went through. That's kind of shocking.
Shows his priorities. Anyone can fight, but to create peace, that's a true leader. Seeing the bigger picture.
And it worked. Over a century, with Arwen by his side. That's not just ruling, that's an era of peace. 120 years.
Time to make it stick, All those sacrifices meant something. Even has an heir, Eldarion. Future's secure.
Makes you think, right? Aragorn's story is more than just fantasy. It's about leadership, guts.
Yeah.
What one person can do.
Absolutely. We see heroes, we think unstoppable, perfect. But Aragorn, he shows us it's about the hard choices, facing your fears.
Making things better, even when it seems impossible.
Yeah, and believing in the good in people, even when things are dark. Having faith, being kind. It's powerful.
It's easy to feel small, like what we do doesn't matter. But Aragorn, he reminds us, even little things have huge ripples.
He was everything, King, yeah, but also that ranger, warrior, healer, all those parts made him who he was. Gave people something to believe in.
So think about it. What's your story going to be? What will people remember about you?
World needs what you've got. Your passions, your courage. Don't be afraid to be great.
And that's our deep dive on Aragorn. Hope you're feeling inspired, ready to tackle your own destiny, just like our king. Join us next time when we geek out on something else you didn't know you needed to know.